We've come today. Hi Dimash fans, hi dears throughout the world. All of you who tune in to my channel know I'm a huge supporter. You only have to look at my channel, see the videos, and you'll probably see at this stage half a dozen videos and reactions I've done for Dimash. And just to dispel a myth, I am not doing Dimash to get Dear fans to follow me and get the numbers up, and I don't do it for that. I am absolutely, as Dear fans know, I am a huge Dear fan. And when it comes to another artist, Aura, I'm a warrior as well. I have certain artists that I follow, and I am proud to be part of the group that call them a certain name. And in Dimash's case, we all know it's Dears. So hello, fellow Dears. I have to take a deep breath because this was one of my most requested throughout the 6 videos I've done of Dimash on my channel. This is one of the most requested songs. Then I learned, just like the artist himself, he was inspired to write, to do this song. Whom inspired him? I'm going to talk about that now, and that particular artist that has inspired Dimash to write SOS. As soon as I've given you the little bit of bio, we're going to watch the video, and it's the life story, starting from the funeral and then the life story of SOS. In this video, you will hear the original singer and composer singing SOS. Then you will hear Dimash come into the video and sing part of it. In respect to Dimash, I'm going to play the audio version after watching this video. Then I'll talk about the lyrics, then I'll give you my interpretation. And altogether, everybody, this is a 15-minute video. This is the whole story behind SOS in the best possible way as a Dear fan that I can present to you. Thank you for the music, Dimash. Thank you for the music, Angel Gregory. And who is Angel Gregory? Let the story begin. I'm going to give you a little bit of bio on the artist himself. SOS was inspired by Dimash, and he in turn was inspired by Gregory Jean-Paul Lee Marshall, known professionally as Gregory Lee Marshall. He was a French singer who rose to fame by winning the 4th series of the reality television show Star Academy, which was broadcast on TF1. He died at the age of 23 of health complications, cystic fibrosis, while waiting in hospital for a lung transplant. A posthumous album, Le Voir un Ange, was released with profits going towards the association Gregory. I'm getting a bit emotional here. Lee Marshall Charity, and a compilation, Revides, was released in 2009, and he has sold more than 2 million albums. And as you can hear in my voice, I'm struggling already because I'm now starting to realize, oh, this has such depth. This, everybody, is 5 minutes long.
Un ange par-ci, un ange par-là, un diable aussi quand tu es là. Et rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas. On change de vie, on change de moi. De jour aussi quand on se voit. Et rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas. Comme tout est fait pour aller haut. Les ailes souvent ont des oiseaux. Comme tout est fait pour rester chaud. Les flammes ont des bourreaux.
Avec quelques soucis de santé, c'est une maladie qui s'appelle la mucoviscidose, une maladie génétique qui affecte les fonctions respiratoires et au lieu de la subir, j'ai toujours décidé d'aller de l'avant et jusqu'alors ça m'a réussi.
Rassure-toi. Un temps de pluie comme tant de fois. Un ciel aussi rose que le bois. Rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas.
La vie, c'est de toujours aller de l'avant, de jamais baisser les bras, de croire en soi. Et je pense que c'est hyper important, c'est ça qui, en tout cas pour ma part, c'est ça qui me fait avancer.
Rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas. Comme tout est fait pour prendre l'eau. Comme tout est fait pour faire des mots. Je t'aime tant, je t'aime trop. Et rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas. Et rien ne va mieux qu'ici-bas. Je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'intérieur en détresse. J'aime mieux vivre que sous toi. Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je crie, pourquoi je pleure. Je crois capter des ondes venues d'un autre monde. J'ai jamais eu les pieds sur terre. J'aimerais bien être un oiseau. Je suis mal dans la peau. Je veux voir le monde à l'envers. J'aimerais bien être un oiseau. Dodo l'enfant.
I had to stop that. Oh my god. That was... Ooh, where do I begin? I would rather be like a bird. He says at the end of that video, I would rather... Well, young Gregory, I think you are a bird. You are flying very, very high in a sky. You brought so much happiness to so many people, and your albums proved that. Even after your death, you raised so much money. They always say in life, where there's death, there's life. And you have proven this. You really have. Oh, excuse me, dear fans. Oh, and then you say you would like to live in a world that's upside down. In other words, earth is here, heaven is here. Upside down, heaven would be on the earth. And that's where you are. And I've just realized my birthday is in April the 21st, and yours is in April, and we are both Gregory LeMarchal, sharing the same month. We're both Taurus people. Taurus people are very fiery, very emotional, very determined people. And I am so determined to make this channel the most successful music channel on YouTube. And when I see a young man like you have his life taken away in the middle of his fame and glory, and his beautiful family open up a ward in your name, helping cystic fibrosis people, your memory, your memory and your life continues in all those that are being helped by the charitable donations. So, dear fans, if you want to do something so positive in honor of Dimash, his song SOS, and in honor of whom Angel Gregory, we will call him, I can now see why this particular video called that. And you want to do something so positive in your life, give a contribution to cystic fibrosis. Look for Gregory LeMarchal's charity, because then you're giving it to a proper recognized charity, and donate. Oh, I'm all over the place emotionally, so I'm burping. When I get upset, I burp. I go, oh, always. Now, we are going to go into the beautiful rendition sung by our own Dimash. And I chose an audio because I thought that was enough visual and for me enough upset. And I didn't want to confuse it with a crowd clapping or I felt that would take away from the emotion of this video. I'm sure that all of you understand that. And we are going to go to Dimash version, and then I'm going to talk very briefly about the lyrics and give you my interpretation.
Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'un derrière au détresse. J'ai mûri hier sur terre. Je me prendrai boisson, soldat de ma peau. Je voudrais voler dans la mer. Si je me sentais plus beau, le beau jeu de jour que foudait la vie avec les bons décennies. J'ai comme deux zombies, tu me tapes à cause. Je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, voler. Was it too? Pourquoi je vis? Pourquoi je meurs? Pourquoi je ris? Pourquoi je pleure? J'y crois comme elle était notre amour.
Because this has really taken me. Why do I live? Why do I die? Why do I laugh? Why do I cry? This is the SOS of an earthling in distress. I've never had my feet on the ground. I'd rather be a bird. I'm not comfortable in my own skin. It obviously talks about Lee Marshall's battle with cystic fibrosis. It talks about, like I said before, what hit me when Lee Marshall sang in the video, I'd rather be a bird. As I said, I think he is a white dove, high in the sky, flying, his spirit. And the SOS, you know, I wondered, there's different meanings for SOS. SOS means save our species. It was always known for saving animals. But at the same time, this song now is save our spirit. Save the spirit of the person on the earth that's in distress, of an earthling in distress. I've never had my feet on the ground. Because of a young age, Lee Marshall has always had the fear that he knew he would never have roots on Mother Earth, because his time would be like a bird flying high into the sky to another world spiritually. And that's why I'm not comfortable in my own skin. It hurts, it pains, I fight every day. I have the joy of my fans and my music, but at the same time, I'm fighting a losing battle and I'm struggling to breathe and sing. And can I say, everybody, it's like I have the needs of a metamorphosis. I feel something that draws me, that draws me, that draws me upward. In other words, there's almost like when you're dying, and I had this from the guy that came to me. When you're dying, you have a morbid fascination for what life could be like after you leave the earth. So it draws you, your thoughts, your feelings are, this is where I'm going, this is where my life's taking me. What's it going to be like? Will I be as happy as I am here? Will I be okay? You have all those questions. And you think about the loved ones that have died, and you think, will their spirits surround me? Will they help me? We will never know until that day happens, none of us. We will always surmise and guess. And then it's almost like a comic book. You have these fantasy characters in your head of what it's going to be like, what death will be like. But none of us know until it actually happens. We can all make guesses, but none of us know. And again, he talks about not being comfortable in his own skin. And then this is very poignant here. At the great lotto of the universe, if ever I were more beautiful, I'm not comfortable in my own skin. If ever it were more beautiful, I'm not comfortable in my skin. From above. At the great lotto of the universe. In other words, they're talking about life. You're either healthy or sick. If you're sick, you could die. Even healthy people die. But either way, your chances are higher when you're sick. And there's no turning back. It's the lotto of life. That's what life threw at him as a young boy and gave to him. Deal with it. And he did deal with it very well, very successfully. And as he looks down, it's people like Dimash doing a beautiful rendition of that song. Dimash, I'm going to say this. There are two angels in this life after the whole story of the SOS. And you, SOS, to me, is save our spirit. And Dimash, that's what you've done. You've saved the spirit by doing this song of Gregory Lee Marshall. Dimash is singing one of his most iconic songs already, and probably will be for years to come. What it was all about. It's been a pleasure as a dear fan to do this. Take care.